All right, first off, let's go Mets. It's about time. Also, got some games in today, a lot of games in. Probably could have had time for one more, but my nephew really wanted to beat me in Sparkus, and boy, did he the second time. It's not the best at two players. We tried it out. You can really run away with it. I think you can really run away with it with two players. However, it was a fun day. Could have probably squeezed one more in, but we ended a little early. It's okay. I took my kids out to Chili's. That was a nightmare. Not the kids. The waitress was horrible. I hear good things about Chili's. It's all a lie. The cheese sticks are really good. The mozzarella sticks are the bomb.com. The food is meh, and the service awful. I'll never go back. I'll never go back. Not because I'm mad and offended. Well, yeah, I am mad about the bad service, but there's a billion places to go eat. There's a billion places to go eat. Why would I go to a place like that? Why? I'm glad I tried it. I knocked it off. It's off the bucket list. You know, off the bucket list now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 things left on my bucket list. Bucket list meaning I hardly go out to eat. Brady, text me your email address. I just sent an email to Scott. Anyway, so the let's see. What was I going to say here? Overall, great day. Got a little. You became a grandfather today. Well, congratulations. It is a great day in the Philippines. A grandfather. Good on you. That's awesome to hear. And by the way, I want to go to the Philippines. We have a big my company has a big presence in the Philippines, and I train those people all the time, and I love everyone there. It's funny because for the longest, I'm just going to call you Turner since it's Turner 87. For the longest, Turner, there was what's it called? A cultural gap between us. You know, how they are, you know, as a culture and how we are. And that got bridged a couple years ago when I got to sit into a class with a Filipino trainer, and I kind of got it. I was like, got it. I think I can work well with these people, because it was kind of frustrating because it was a little bit of a disconnect, cultural disconnect. And now, boom, even I love them. They love me. We're one happy family. I honestly want to go. I have a buddy of mine. He goes all the freaking time. It's 11:38. All right, hold on, Brady. Hold on. And he sends me pictures all the time, and I want to go, but I haven't. And then a Jollibee. I'm going to they always talk about Jollibee, you know, their fast food place. There's one in Dallas I'm going to try to go to. What? Oh, I got something wrong here. My bad. I was going to say, why didn't that go? There you are. Anyway, but congratulations. Hello, Kelly. How are you? Just thinking about you. I don't know when school gets out for you. Just let me know. And because the missus is doing Greece right now, they added another week. So it'd be 2 weeks before I had an opening. But in 2 weeks, after 2 weeks from now, so 2 more weekends, no good. No bueno, as they say. But after that, 3 weeks from now, let's do it. I just played board games for the first time in how many? Almost a month now. I need to go to a board play. Man, I'd love to go to all of it. Try the pork sing traditional disc. Okay. No, I would a heartbeat. And the funny thing is, Turner, my business, my company still sends people over there. They will not send me. I'm one of the few people. It's getting closer to done. You think you have 4 more weeks? Okay, that's good. 4 more weeks to go or so. Okay, you got it. I really don't know what the quarterly system is, so I, I don't know when y'all get out. But that's good because I mean, for the next 2 weekends after this, I can't do it either. Yeah, so that's good. Yeah, the moons will start aligning for us, Kelly. The moons will start aligning for real. And I cannot remember what other games I wanted to play of yours. I'll have to come do that. I'm packing up. I'm going to do another big trade with Noble Knight Games. Not a big one. This is probably the smallest one I've ever done. Just curtailing off the board game list. I'm trying to keep it, and I am keeping it under 150 games. You're like, oh man, that's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. But I'm trying to make sure I keep it under there. And I'm already under that amount, but I want to keep it curtail a little bit more. Plus, when that Marvel United Kickstarter came in, that took up all my shelf space. So this will open up probably 3 more shelves. I'm trying to open up enough room for the DC United. I think it's coming out later on this year, DC United. And I need to open up some shelf space. So that should open up enough shelf space for DC United. And then shuffle around the other stuff too. I'm just trying to think. There's games I just can't let go of. It's getting harder. It's getting way hard. It's not easy anymore. Like the ones I'm getting rid of, I'm good. And I hesitate a little bit, but not too much. But if I go any further cutting, I'm going to start hesitating. And I can't. But I love the collection, man. I'm at the right place right now where I can play these games more than just, I mean, for a while when I had 250 games, a lot of the games, unless they're in the top 100, were getting played once. And that's back when I was playing 3 times a week, 2-3 nights a week. I mean, just slam them down. Now I'm lucky if I get one, but most of them, all of them are like last year, all of them at least got played twice. And a lot got more, but the very least they got played twice, which is great. Now I'm hoping that the least they'll get played twice, but like I said, games are fewer and far between. They've all been played at least once. So far, and a couple of them have been played twice, not all of them. So the goal is to at least play all of them twice, and definitely my favorites are coming to the board. By the way, you need to purge some games, but you haven't been able to do it. Yeah, Noble Knight Games is the easiest way. Just do it in trade. And, they get the better deal, but I don't want the games anyway, and I don't want to sell them individually. So I just think that's better for me to do and just get rid of. Unless there's, unless there's something I want from your games. Anyway, what else was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So my goal is to have them all played at least twice, and then my favorites. And I finally, for the second time only, won Marrakesh. It's one of my favorite games. That sucks so bad. But I got the in-game tiles. And that's how I always lose. And this time I got the in-game tiles and won. And I was so happy. In fact, that was one of the few games I did win. We split Spartacus. We each won one game. But which is not a good two-player game. I probably won't do 2 players ever again. I want to do 7. That's my goal. I'm going to see tomorrow if I can do 6 or 7. I'm going to see. But I really want to do that. And then what else did I say? Oh, yeah. All the other games I lost today to my nephew, except for Marrakesh, which I told him that's the one game you're going to beat me at. That's why I told him. I said, I don't know about the other ones, but I can guarantee you're going to get one win today. And it's going to be that one. But I love that game, and I won. Yeah. Oh, good. Been reading some phenomenally good. Remember, folks, we are doing the Legends Con 2 meetup in Dallas in September. It's the 3rd weekend in September. I don't know who all is going, but I mean, if you're in the area or you had one of those tickets for Legends Con, you bought your plane tickets, but now you're stuck with a voucher, you can come. It's optional. So far, I know Geeks Addict wants to do, and I haven't gotten the whole plan down. Brian Borg from Twin Suns is coming. We're going to do the donation drive that they didn't do at Legends Con. Geeks Addict is going to do, and I may have him talk about this on More Civilized Age next week, is going to do a half-price books day where we're just going to kind of carpool. There's a lot of us driving, so there should be enough depending on how many people there are. I expect 10 to 20 maybe. The lower the better. The smaller group. And that way you do some half-price book shopping. I know Ryan and I are going to a Rangers game for sure. Like, that's going to happen. And that may just be I mean, everyone's invited, but who's going to want to go to a baseball game? when you're coming for Star Wars and stuff. I don't know. I mean, it's going to be kind of each their own. We're going to try to find places to go out to eat, hang out. I do have a buddy of mine. He is part of a NES Nintendo group, and they meet in public places every once in a while. And he lives in around the area where I think I got the area down too. Before I announce it, I'll hopefully have this information by next week. But he lives in Frisco, which is not where we're going to be, but it's around that area. And he's going to look at a few other spots we could hang out at and do stuff in. But so far, it sounds like a fun-filled weekend. We may, I don't know, Ryan and I may go early and go to the game. I don't want to miss. I doubt people want to go to a baseball game. But I mean, that was the first thing after it was, my white T-shirt. I have like 5 of these. And they're great. They're great. I love them, the V-necks. I did have a Adidas shirt on earlier, but I just changed out of it. I don't know why. These just feels better. But we went out. I took the little babies out to a sit-down restaurant. They behaved. It was fun. The service was lousy, and I was really getting irritated with the waitress. After all, I was trying to be really nice, but I can only be nice for so long. It was a really bad experience. Like, I asked for chips and salsa. We did not get chips and salsa. Then she's actually surprised when we didn't get it, and she brought out our meals. Do we want the chips and salsa now? No, I don't want it now. Okay. Then came back, because remember, I'd ordered it. She, well, do you want it to go for chips and salsa? No, I don't want to go chips and salsa. No. I said, no, I just want it off the ticket. And guess what? Not only did she add it to my ticket, she added another chips and 3 dip thing to my ticket as well. She added stuff to my bill. I said, take this away. And she went, well, just split the check and don't pay for that. I told you 3 times not to put it on my bill. And you did anyway. And then you added another superfluous charge. And then you refused to change the bill. You just said, split it and don't pay for those. If they come back and charge my card for those I didn't pay for, I'm pissed. Pissed. I'm already not happy. Chili's. I'd heard they changed and they were better. And they're garbage. And they did not change. The mozzarella sticks were off the chain. Those are great. But everything else is blah. Related to Magic. Mitchell. Top 5 movies, TV shows. Mitch, are you from the area? Are you from here? Anyway, top 5 movies, TV shows related to Magic. That'd be kind of hard for me. I have to look and see. Related to Magic. Hello, crew. Hello, Nazo. Hello, everyone. Hello, Jordan. Everyone. I think I said everyone. But anyway, so yeah, it was a good day. Like I said, Mets won. Board games for the first time in 4 weeks. So I'm doing pretty good. Work is going well. I was a little worried there for a minute, but it's going really well. Really, really good. Actually. Like I'm feeling like I'm getting back into the groove again. This year's kind of been weird at work. Let's see. Lance's Applebee's. Not sure if he still works there. Dude, I think he's going to get off that weekend, Nazo, but I swear to you, if Ryan and I get in early, I'm going there. And do you think I should stiff him with the bill and then pay him later? That would be funny. I've always wanted to do that. Like, I'd pay him later, but just stiff him with the bill. That's so mean. And here's the thing. Ryan probably won't let me do that. You think Ryan is the one that wants to be the mean one. It's me. I was sticking with the bill. I wanted to stick my brother. My brother used to work for O'Charlie's, and I so wanted to stick him with the bill, and my wife would not let me. She got so much. No, I said, it's my little brother. Let's do. And then there was another friend of mine, and I told my wife, if you let me, because she's a sweet girl. We love her. She's still a good friend of ours. She didn't live here anymore, but we were very close with her. She was in high school and college, and she came over to the house all the time. She loved my wife. We hung out all the time. She was the sweetest thing. And we went out, and she was the waitress at, I think, Olive Garden. And I said, if you walk away with me and we stiff her with the bill, not only will I pay her the $50, but I will give her a $50 tip. I'll give her a 100% tip if you let us walk away. Because I just thought that'd be so funny that when Rebecca comes back, we're Splitsville. Because Rebecca knows me, and she knows I would do that, and she wouldn't get mad. She'd be like, dang it, like Matt, but I was going to pay her. But I told my wife, I will pay whatever it was, like a $40-something, I will give her a $50 tip. Like it was almost $100 I was going to spend if we would just jet and book it. And my wife said no. I knew she wouldn't because she would hate for us to do that to Rebecca. But that's why I offered the $50 tip on top of it. Like she would have made way more money. She only got a $20 tip. She only got 50%. But she could have got. Well, that's not 50%. What's that? 40%. But she could have got. She could have got. And I told her, she went, she said, I thought about it. When you said, go get more, whatever, chocolate mints for us, I said, is he going to stick me with that bill? Is he going to jet? I said, I was, but she wouldn't let me. And then with, my brother, that'd have been great. I think as an older brother, hey, Laura, I think as an older brother, that's my right to stick him with the bill. I thought that'd be hilarious. And O'Charlie sucks anyway. The only reason I went was him. They're not even here anymore. O'Charlie's, Copeland's, gone. Who else is gone? Bennigan's shut down a long time ago, but there's hardly any of those. Cheddar's was garbage, and it shut down. Believe it or not, Red Lobster, super popular here. It's been here for at least 3.5 decades. At least 40 years it's been here, and that Red Lobster's busy every night. Hello, Teresa. I did catch up with your streams today. Oh, no, I'm missing one. I'm behind by one. But I listened to them 2 times when I'm trying to catch up and listen. I got some cleaning done. Not as much as I wanted, but good enough. And plus, cleaning out the fridge, oh, man, nothing feels better than cleaning out your fridge and going, wait, this is spoiled, or this is no good. And then I fed my kids tons of little leftovers. I ate some leftovers. I'm feeling good that I have a clean, straightened out fridge, looking good. Yeah, Copeland's is good, but I never went that much back in the day. Just because it was out by the mall, and that's just far away. Not far away. Dude, it's like 12 minutes away. But to me, that's far away because I'm in a small town. I'm not going to drive all the way across town just to – that sounds so weak. I'm not going to drive 12 minutes to go eat. I'm going to drive around the corner. I live right on the restaurant highway. I mean, the restaurant exit where all the restaurants are. That's where I live. And it literally takes me 5 minutes or less to get to anywhere. So, I mean, most fast food places are right down the road, like 2 blocks down the road. And then everything else is across the overpass. All the restaurants are there. So there's no point. No. Kelly, that was Olive Garden. And when Olive Garden burned, we saw ashes in the sky. I said, we saw those ash, because it was burning so bad, there's ashes falling and stuff. And I said, yeah, we thought that was snow, but it was just the ashes of Olive Garden blowing in the wind. I made that joke all the time. When that place burned down, oh, it didn't burn. No, Copeland's did. Copeland's burned too. Copeland's got a fire and shut down. That's why they shut down. Olive Garden got a fire, and then they were shut down for a while too. That's right. Red Lobster didn't burn. It was Olive Garden and Copeland's. But when Copeland's burned, they never opened back up. Both of them were kitchen fires, grease fires. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm missing. Oh, Lord, it just feels so good cleaning that fridge out. It really does, man. It does. And then getting rid of all the little, just like little bit of mac and cheese, little bit of chicken nuggets, little bit of what, and my kids ate it all. And I was like, yeah, just like a little bit of spaghetti. Well, we do have a lot of spaghetti. We just ran out of sauce, but all the sauce gone. I mean, we were just cutting down on everything, like apples, sliced apples, gone. Yes, just cleaning out the fridge, Cleaning out the fridge. Little bit of tanker of lemonade. Gone. They drank it all today. I put some in the bottles tonight. I even gave them lemonade tonight. Just to throw the bottle away. Gone. Everything. Gone. Love it. Almost, my nephew, who drinks a lot of soda, almost drank a full 2 liter of Dr. Pepper today. He wanted to be, he's very polite. He didn't want to drink all of the Dr. Pepper. So there's like a glass full left. I hate when people do that, but you know, I'll get my kids to finish it tomorrow because that 2 liter bottle is now almost done. But my wife got a long time ago and she decided she goes out to eat every night. Every night. Well, she goes out to eat with her friends every night. So she's got a drink. She doesn't drink anything at the house. It was the breadsticks. Final dishes. Did you not get my invite? No. Huh. Okay. That's odd. Hold on. Here, just email me then. For some reason, that's what I typed in. Here, you can just email me. It's not popping up for whatever reason. Yours got returned. And it's spelled the same way, so obviously I'm missing something. Spring cleaning, always good. Yeah, I didn't. The only thing is, on one Saturday, it may be next Saturday or something, I'm going to drop my kids off at my parents' house and clean out the garage. I'm desperate. I'm desperate to clean out the garage. New jail order is excellent. Star by Star classic. Trader as well. Jordan, I agree with you. Yes, I did listen to Calf Chat. Yes, it was a good Calf Chat. If you're not checking out Laura's Calf Chat, it's always good. Those just get better, too. Really good. I did get listen. Soda you don't drink anymore. I don't drink as much now. Actually, I don't drink any soda. I just drink my one energy drink a day. I didn't have one today. But usually that's the only thing I do. I don't even drink soda that much anymore. I have some Pibs. I had a Pib today. Never mind. I had a Pib with my nephew. It was a special occasion. We don't have Pib around here. And the last time someone went down south, they brought me some Pib back up. And I only save them for special occasions. Yeah, we talked about Iligo's death and Justin's stream. The Star Wars Marvel purist. Eating the food is must goes. That's funny. Just got done with Festival International. Terrence, where's He's feeding his chickens. These ain't no chicken. Did you email me back? There. All right, hold on. Hold on. Let me get this back here. There it is. All right, good deal. Feeding his chickens. What is Festival International? What's that? Returning back to NJO events this Thursday. Awesome. Yeah, it happens. And it's so weird, Laura, because I used to be able to watch it during my lunch break. And sometimes I'll catch like 15, 20 minutes when I'm eating, watching it at the same time. But it seems like every time, every Thursday, there's something going on at work. Scran does his in the middle of the day. So I'll tune in a little bit if I'm typing and working on something. But I usually have to get his later. Yeah, and Dark Tide Ruin. Yeah, that's what me and Justin have been going. Star Wars Marvel purist. It is a very sad but creative death. I agree. Jake says, "Go Yanks, go Yanks." I'm just happy my Mets. Jay, did you see the Mets come from behind in the 8th against the Nationals? This is last night, only for Soto to drop a fly ball and us lose the game because of his shoddy defense. It's bad enough that he doesn't hit for us. It could be worse. You could go in the 5th round of the NFL draft, I guess. Yeah, Scran's into the time zone. I realize that. No, I realize that. But it's just that, all these things I'm catching up. And then I got one. I forgot I subscribed to someone, and someone's video came up. I was like, who is this? I almost hit unsubscribe. I was like, oh, wait. Yeah, I know this guy. I'll try this too. Because I don't even watch. I'm not watching any TV shows now. I mean, Survivor, and that's it. And I don't really watch that much movies. So YouTube's really the only thing I watch. And I'll play everyone's thing. I'll play people's streams and stuff while I'm cleaning up so I can listen to it or just doing something. But I that's really all the YouTube is my main source of things I view at. Like I just don't. There's not a TV show I want to get into right now. There's no movies. I mean, there are some, but I'm sandbagging them because my nephew and his roommates come over on Sunday nights, and we usually watch a movie. And we've been struggling the past few weeks, but this time there's like 3 movies that are kind of decent, interesting to watch. And even if we only watch one, I want to keep those movies for the next time because it's hard to get a good movie, I guess, going on. But and I don't know. I mean, for movies coming out, Predator Badlands looks weird, but I'm going to try it out. Conjuring's supposed to have a new one. I'll watch it, even though I thought Conjuring 3 was a disaster. I definitely want to see. It's 3 weekends in a row. The Ballerina, Mission Impossible, and Karate Kid Legends. I don't remember which weeks they come out, but they're back to back to back. And I was like, dang, I'm going to theaters 3 weeks in a row. That's gotta be something there. I never go to the theater hardly, but I want to see all 3 of those. Here's one.
Hey, what's going
on? Brady's feeding them chickens.
I'm not feeding my chickens right now. So I was able to come on. I was just about to go to sleep, and then I checked my email.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
I should have pinged you. But let me see. Is anyone doing Star Wars game playthroughs so Matt can do a rewatch? I'm not going to watch a playthrough. I'm just going to watch the video of them, the story mode. I'll watch the story mode stuff. I can't sit through a playthrough. I hate those playthroughs where people are like talking while they're playing. It's just not for me. They're big though. They get a lot of watches. Predator Badlands looks pretty bad. I might see it. Yeah. Ballerina is John Wick. Yes, that's John Wick. I heard 3.5. He's in it for like maybe 1 or 2. I'm assuming he's not in it the full time, but he has like a little maybe a scene or 2. He does a little cameo, but it's more than just an appearance. I think he does maybe a few scenes and then exits or something in the middle. I'm guessing. But even just a little bit of John Wick brings me in. I thought the John Wick, what was the little Cinemax miniseries called? I can't remember. The Continental, I thought was awful. First thing about the John Wick world I didn't like because it felt like a bunch of people pretend to be John Wick. I think the Ballerina is going to pretend to be John Wick too, but it has John Wick in it, so we'll see. Are you interested in the Ballerina, Scott?
I don't know what that is.
I love it.
No idea.
That's a good answer. Are you interested in Karate Kid Legends?
No.
I love it.
The only fiction I follow is Star Wars. My nerd cred is very bad because I don't follow any of this stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. So Naz was saying the reason he suggests watching the gameplay is there's key dialogue and not cut scenes. I don't know. We'll see. Go ahead.
So there is a playlist that Alex referred me to. It's on YouTube. It's specifically on KOTOR. There might be a couple other games, but when you watch the KOTOR cutscenes, it doesn't tell you the full story. You kind of need to see the gameplay. He does it in a format it's still long, but it's digestible. It's not watching somebody sit there playing it, but you get the full story out of it. So I think that is valuable. I wish somebody would do a novelization with all these fan projects and fan fiction, re-expanded projects going on. It would be great to see a novelization of some of those games that weren't given the novelization treatment.
Well, that's really interesting because you don't deviate. You just explain what's going on with the action scenes. And then word for word the story modes, and then you have basically an official. It's almost like a transcript made into a novelization. You could do that. That's a good idea. I've never thought about that before.
Some of the strategy guides are pretty good at telling you each element of the game, but KOTOR is such a long game. It's like an RPG. The cutscenes just get you the basics of the level, but it doesn't tell you the events that actually occur during each level. So you need a little bit more than just the cutscenes for that. But depends on the game, I guess.
Have you not seen Babylon 5? Nazo says you should watch Babylon 5. Babylon 5 is actually really good. KOTOR is incredible. I would like that, Scott. I wanted to speak to Chris Avallone at EU. Yeah, a lot of people did. Yeah, he would have been fun for a lot of people. I didn't really know him. Like I said, that was one I wasn't that excited about, but still, I knew other people would be excited. So.
Yeah, he would have been a draw on his own.
Do you know who else?
Regardless of the.
Yeah. Do you know who else would have been a draw on their own?
Brady Perkins.
That's exactly right.
Hey. What's up, guys?
Hey, how's it going? So is there a Mr. Rogers closet full of Hawaiian shirts at your house? I love it. I love it.
He's taken after Aaron Alston.
It's 100%
famous for wearing those to all the conventions.
I knew about that, but then whenever I started streaming, I'd always be hot, and these are really cool and nice. But I never put together that he wore them all the time to conventions, and I will wear them all the time on my streams.
There you go. Babylon 5 is incredible, Jordan. I also enjoyed all the movies, even the Tales, which a lot of people didn't it was done on the cheap, I know, but I still enjoyed. I thought they were okay, and one I thought was really good, which a lot of people don't like. The Tales, the one that came out years later, just that I think Sci-Fi or whoever gave them a cheap little budget to see how much money they can make off it. If it made a lot of money, they'd do another one. But supposedly they stopped because they offered them the exact same amount of money to do some more. And they went, no, this sold well. You should give us more money, right? I said, no, same amount. No, we're not going to keep making cheap little versions. We want to make a bigger version. So Fine Editions looks like Seth Rogen. There you go.
A little bit.
Oh. So Jordan, did you liked it? Did I like The Road Home, the animated one? It was okay. But to be honest, I get it. That's the only thing they can do now, I guess. But I wish they would have given more money to them to keep making more, tales, but put a little bit more money into each one. I thought the money that was put in, they did their best, but I agree with them. They should not have taken the same money and did 3 cheap, low budget short tales. I think they should have, since it sold well, they should have gotten more money and done, just made them better. Call to Arms. Well, what was the one, Nazo, that was supposed to be a pilot for another show? That one was really bad. And then there was another one that felt like a really long episode. It wasn't bad. It didn't feel like movie. I agree. Zathras. Yeah, I love Zathras, man. He's excellent. Fine. Brady, have you seen Babylon 5?
I have not. It's on my list, but I have not gotten to it yet.
What's a show that you have seen that not many others have seen that you think they should see? What's it when they say, hey, what's a show that I should watch? Scott, you too. Is there like some hidden gem? You're like, no one's seen it, but it's excellent.
See.
Call to Arms, but Crusade. Oh, Crusade, the spinoff, Nazo, was really good. Yeah, unfortunately, Tim and I never got to review Crusade and the Tales. We were going through all the Babylon 5 stuff, and we never got to review those two. And I thought Crusade, it's a shame, because as season 1 goes, I think all the characters were excellent. Sadly, they didn't get to tell their story. It got canceled during season 1, but I do agree. I think it was excellent. It was really good cast of characters and a really good, interesting storyline, which supposedly wasn't going to go 5 seasons. They said they were going to wrap up the story, and because they had 5 years before the Earth was destroyed. But they said they're going to wrap that up in season 2 and then give them other stuff to do. So I'd have been interested in that. Teresa, did you ever see Crusade and the short tales, the Babylon 5 tales? Because if so, Teresa, I would, in a heartbeat, have you on a stream to talk about both of those, Crusade and Tales. I would, because I want to do that stream. Tim's not going to do it anymore, but I'd love to have that stream with you, Teresa. Yeah, Crusade is great. Have you been? Have not been around in a while, but slept to have again. Oh, hey Trent. No, you haven't. Is there a way you can watch them? Anyway, do you guys have a suggestion? No.
Scott, all TV is bad.
Scott says read a book.
Yes, read a book.
See, now if someone at like work or something would say, "Hey, what's a show?" But I feel like whenever I talk to you guys, like if I said that Ewoks, the first season, is like the best Star Wars TV show, you guys might agree with me, but other people don't know about that. But my favorite is probably Rings of Power. It's the best. It's better than the Peter Jackson movies, and maybe even better than the Lord of the Rings books themselves.
Hold on, I just need a minute. Okay.
I knew that'd get me kicked off.
Hey, here's the deal. I don't care what everyone's. Oh, it's terrible. It's trash. Okay, here's me. It's not. I'm a big Tolkien fan. I'm a Tolkien snob, kind of like Teresa, Miss Martin Muses, because I don't even like Peter. Well, actually, I'm a bigger snob than she is. I don't even like Peter Jackson's movies. I don't like anything. I like the cartoons they did way back in the day, but I am such a stickler because if it's done right, don't think you can do better than Tolkien. And I feel like everyone else thinks they can. Everyone else, anything. The Hobbit, which everyone agrees that The Hobbit isn't as good, but a lot of people love the Peter Jackson. I don't like Peter Jackson. There is no way I'm going to try Rings of Power. I'm ashamed of myself for trying Wheel of Time because I had to stop after the last few episodes because I was done. I had to tap out. My buddy, Bruce, who loves everything, stopped at the first episode. He went, "This is garbage." I went, "Well, let's see what it's going to be like." I was even more tolerant than he was, and I couldn't finish it. My buddy, Steven, finished it all and cannot bring himself. He doesn't hate himself enough to watch anything past that because we're just so we did this big before the show was even announced, before it was even announced to go into production. We did a big book by book review on my podcast and just loving it. And when we heard about the TV series, like, yeah, and all of us were like, no. But anyway, I'm glad someone likes it. Go ahead and talk about it.
That was just a joke. It was all right. It wasn't as bad as people said it was, but one of the shows that I thought about was back when the last Dune movie came out. I started to watch all of the previous adaptations and that mini series for Sci-Fi. I don't know. It's got this little charm to it, but it's also like, the 2000s sci-fi. But the Dune adaptation mini series.
Hold up. Hey, this is him. This is Steven. Steven, did you not stop after the first season? Did you keep going? Am I wrong in that? I thought you said you stopped. Did you not go through season 2? If you did, correct me. I didn't know you were on here, but correct me if I'm wrong. But I think you said you were done too. But Bruce watched it with us, and he didn't watch a single one afterwards. Anyway, yeah, everyone's talking about Rings of Power now. Hello, Alan.
My serious answer would be there's this show on Netflix called I think it's Kevin Can F Himself.
I thought it was Kevin Can Wait, but go ahead.
Okay, so the premise is kind of like a Breaking Bad. Like, no, the show's actually called Kevin Can F Himself because they can't have that word in the title. But it was mainly because of the storytelling in that is from the woman's perspective, it's filmed like a drama,
Sounds
kind of like
bad.
it's just like Breaking Bad for her, but for the guy Kevin, it's like a sitcom, so a 90s sitcom. You know, there's laugh tracks. He's a buffoon. You know, all this stuff happens, and it just kind of switches. So like he'll enter the room, and then boom, it's comedy. But when he leaves, it's like Breaking Bad style of filming. But that's something my wife and I have been watching. That and then Andor. I brought that up yesterday.
That'll get you kicked off
yeah.
the stream.
Yeah, not as bad as
It's
Rings
all
of
right.
Power though.
Did you who sent me a text today telling me Andor was really good? I need to block him from my friends list. Who was it?
Brennan said it was canon.
Oh no,
That's what I heard.
Okay, never mind. It's another friend of mine who's not here.
EU canon.
Oh,
Damn
Steven, get out of here. Silver Donkey. Okay. All right, there you go. I've heard season 3 is much better, but I haven't watched it. Oh, Steven, are you going to? I can't believe you do it. Teresa's on book 5 of Wheel of Time. Hey, Teresa, you can't stream it. I thought you could. You can't stream it. I'm sure you can buy it. Buy a used copy on a DVD and watch it. And Lost Tales you can rent for like $2, I think, on Amazon Prime. I don't know if you should buy that one, but buy Crusade and watch it. I have it on DVD, which is how I watched it. I thought I watched it on streaming. I thought it was streaming somewhere, but it's not. I mean, this is why you buy physical media, everyone. I don't know.
You can't
guess
watch Willow, the best TV show ever.
Let me see. Hold on. I bet I can find it. I know they took it off, but you know, people. Yeah, I got it.
Oh yeah.
There's places behind it, but then Crusade though. I thought Crusade is spelled the same. It is not. Hold on. I know where it is. Hold on, Teresa. Or if not, I can. Hold on. For my good friend Teresa, I think I'll get it for you. Hold on. If I have it, I bet he does. Hold on. No, he doesn't. Wow, you can't. All right, hold on. Let me open. All right, hold on just a moment. I'm checking another place. All right, so Kevin can F himself. That's nice. Scott?
The last TV show I saw was about 10 years ago that I watched regularly. It was like
God,
Man in the High Tower. I watched a couple episodes, probably not the first full season. I got bored, but that at least got me through a couple of actual episodes. Everybody's seen that though. That's pretty mainstream.
Doctor Who has a spin-off show called Torchwood. I think that's the last show that I watched by myself. It's kind of hard with kids to watch something.
I get it.
It was nice for like when going back to me mentioning Ewoks. That's how I got my stepdaughter into Star Wars, because her only experience was her uncle put on episode 3 because she liked Yoda, Baby Yoda, and all that. And he forgot that Anakin gets burnt at the end, and that scarred her. And I said, "Oh yeah, I love Star Wars," and she like flipped. But then I showed her Ewoks, and then she watches them with me. Yeah,
Ewoks is wholesome. That's the burn part is why it's rated PG-13.
Yeah, or that and the school shooting.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. So I will do High Seas website. High Seas website? Oh yeah. Tubi? Does Tubi have? What does Tubi have? I think I can get it though. Hold on. Let's see.
Tubi's free.
Tubi's free, but is Tubi have what? Does Tubi have Crusade? You can watch that with commercials. It has Babylon 5.
Oh,
I don't think it has Crusade.
No,
Or not the Crusade we want.
Crusade's on Amazon Video, Apple TV.
Yeah, but you can get it for cheap on DVD. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. There are ways. Yeah, find it, Teresa. I'm trying to. I think my buddy can get it, but we'll see. The Ewok series is incredible. Can't wait to talk about it. Just started on here's my super sticker. Thank you. Just started on the Droids cartoon series, and I'm excited to go to Ewoks next. So those are going to be fun little ones there.
White Witch is definitely my favorite of the Droid series. I think Thal Jobin could have his own show, like irregardless of the droids, and that would make a good 90s cartoon series, I think.
Yeah, I kind of think now you have to imagine at this point the Droids comic book existed. No, it didn't. That was based off the TV show. So there wasn't much they could connect with, but have little different ventures. But I wish maybe there's a little bit more comedy. I don't know.
Well, he has a lightsaber, right? And it's hinted that he's force sensitive, I think. Maybe not in the first episode, but in the first arc. I would have liked to see more about that, because he's I don't think he gets a job at the Rebel Alliance, but Kia Maul's mother, I think, is a rebel leader or something. So there's room for continuation there. There is a story there. Whereas I think in some of the later arcs of the Droid series, they're pretty standalone-ish. They kind of wrap up and don't have as many loose ends as the first arc does.
He becomes Quarrel from no. Who's the masked guy from
Queller from New Rebellion.
There you go.
I think Queller's younger than Luke, so that probably wouldn't work. But yeah.
So what was my next question I had for you? If they were to create, let's say 90s cartoon, Star Wars, animated. We're getting specific here. What would you want it? Would you want one on Thal
Jobin?
Jobin, yeah, forgot his name.
Yeah, that would be good. I'd like to see him at the Academy. I think Luke's Jedi Academy in the New Republic era would be really good. Maybe not with Jason and Jaina, although they could do that as well. The Young Jedi Knights. I know that was kind of pitched to Fox Kids back in the day. It never ended up happening.
That would have been awesome.
But you could do it a little bit before Jason and Jaina get there, and I think still have a good story there. Learn more about Streen, Nico Smar, all those people at the Academy, the first class, the second class. Could create some new characters, have their own adventure. I think it would be good.
I want Genndy Tartakovsky giving me a young Qui-Gon and Count Dooku adventures.
Okay, so your question is just at any time, not just
At
specifically.
any time, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
if it was 90s, it would have to fit the period, right? What they knew at that time.
You're right. So never mind. We'll eliminate 90s then from it.
Okay.
Even though Droids was the 80s, but
we'll say Droids was 80s. Yeah. But anyway, animated though.
Probably. I mean, I'd love to see what Genndy would have done with the Clone Wars if he had taken that job as Dave Filoni's job, because he would have been the showrunner for that, and just to kind of see more of that. But then also a Galaxy of Fear, I think would be nice. Maybe even a live action one. But your question was cartoon.
Okay, hold on. I'll give you one. Cartoon first. Original cartoon.
Yeah. Probably Probably something like Scott said, the new Jedi Order characters. Hey, I mean, a new Jedi Order, Genndy Tartakovsky, that
Tales.
would, yeah.
Complimentary in between books. That's better than mine, of course. I love the New Jedi Order. Okay, so now today, you get a Legends TV show, live action.
I'd want Underworld, something in the Dark Times era.
Underworld would be nice.
You could wrap up the loose end at Force Unleashed 3, how Vader escapes. That could be like the opening couple episodes, and then move on to like Boba Fett, what they were trying to do with Underworld. I think that would be a good idea.
I think it would be really easy for them to do Legacy, because if they want to have the cameos of characters, they've got it. They could just like shot for shot remake that, because it's got everything that they want to do.
We're saying today, so you got CGI Leia.
Legacy, the Cade Skywalker.
Cade Skywalker. I thought you meant
Legacy. Because if you want Luke, like
I thought you were talking Legacy of the Force. You're correct. They could do that. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Some Cade Skywalker.
Yeah, because you got the new guy. You got all the hot stuff that's cool. I mean, George Lucas liked things in that, specifically Darth Talon, and they're already bringing her into one of the shows now. So it would be, I think,
or you could have two shows, one in the Dark Times era and then one in the Legacy Comics era. Have Kirk Cook be in both of them.
Yeah.
There
you go. Crossover. He's the Ahsoka, or
right.
Ahsoka is the Kirk of the Disney canon.
Exactly. But you could have Quinlan Vos in the Dark Times era, which I think is probably, I think he probably would have showed up in Underworld.
I would have a Jedi Academy series. Luke training the new Jedi of today's Jedi era are going at it with different adventures, learning from Master Luke. He can make guest appearances here and there. Mark Hamill could be a side supporting character in it. And you can also have cast your own Mara Jade. No, well, you couldn't then. Well, would it take place before then? No, maybe afterwards. Maybe Mara Jade is a flashback, for Luke. And then, you just do that. Have some guest stars every once in a while from other EU characters. How about that? Someone said, how about a Zelda? Yeah, it's a lonely Saturday night somewhere. But I love that small time. That's hilarious. Legacy, I always imagine is adult cartoon. Nazo, you and Small Time are almost on the same page. Let's see. Man, that's a great idea. Other comic books I'd like to see come to life. I'd love to see John Jackson Miller's Knights of the Old Republic.
That was going to be number 2.
I would love to see that. I'd love to see Dark Empire too. I think Dark Empire just be amazing. But Knights of the Old Republic would be a good one.
Dark Empire would be a good animation, I think.
It would be. Oh, it would be. Oh, mercy me. That would be great.
Get Genndy to do that. Printing money.
Printing that money. Printing that big bucks there. Yeah. I've enjoyed I enjoyed rewatching his Clone Wars. It's just that it's especially the first season, which is a bunch of short ones. They don't have any dialogue, but yet they deliver so much story. Mm-hmm. That's just incredible to me. And action, the coolest moment Mace Windu ever had in the EU is his episode in Clone Wars. That's just, when I saw that, I remember my brain just breaking and thinking, how come no one's thought about this? I mean, it's just like the coolest things you can ever have a Jedi do. He thought about the action sequence. Ventress versus Anakin, excellent. Where it's raining and the
droplets hit
and they're just staring at each other as the rain's going down. It's just beautiful. So much tension. You did it without words. Bravo. And then having a Grievous attack at the end. That's terrifying. There's no better way. There's no better way to set you up for an exciting, episode 3 than watching those 2 seasons of his Clone Wars. It's so good. Spot on. It's even Anakin and Obi-Wan sitting in the bunker. It's raining. It's muddy. They're eating worms, but that's how bonding. That's how they're bonding at wartime. Right. And I loved it. I loved it.
There's not much filler. I would say the only filler is maybe when Anakin, says he's eating bugs, and I think he offers some to Obi-Wan or whatever.
Yeah,
that's a little bizarre, but the rest of it is very quick paced. There's, if you compare it to Filoni's Clone Wars, where there's a lot of filler episodes, a lot of nonsense going on, it's totally the opposite. So I think Genndy did a great job with that.
Black and white.
But Scott, we need to live off the living force. That's what he says whenever they're eating the bugs.
It's hilarious.
That's just one of those things that doesn't stick around in my memory. When I see that, because you see it as a meme online all the time with Anakin eating bugs, it's like, what were they thinking? I guess they needed him to say something funny, but it just didn't hit with me.
Okay, so you were to another hypothetical question. You are to make the Star Wars Holiday Special Part 2. What happens?
Oh, man.
What's the storyline? Obviously, you're dropping the song and dance.
They actually did.
So the first one happened. You can't undo that one. Does it have to be a sequel of some sort, or can it be totally different?
Well, it's a holiday special. It can be with anyone, anywhere, starring the main characters again. I think I'd want it to star the main characters again. But I have an idea. This time, they go to Endor and celebrate Life Day with their Ewok friends and have a good time. Maybe there is some music after all. Maybe, and there's a trader on Endor, barter. He's bartering goods. And it's done by, let me think. Hold on. I need another old school comedian. Dick Van Dyke. And Dick Van Dyke will sing a song and dance. 98-year-old Dick Van Dyke. That's who I cast as the Endor marketing guy, and he sings a song. Voila. Oh, also, there's another. We got to have human guest stars on this. So we're going to have another starship captain who got stranded on the planet a long time ago because his crew mutinied, and it is played by William Shatner. So Shatner,
I could see that. He'd fit right in.
He'd fit right. Shatner would be in Star Wars and Star Trek. He'd bridge that gap. Shatner would gladly, again, another 90-year-old in my show. Who's my other guest star?
They have to be 90.
They have to be 90. Barbara Eden, I Dream of Jeannie. There you go. She's still around. She's in her 90s. Carol Burnett, another great one. It's Barbara Eden and Carol Burnett. And what are they? They're tourists. They're tourists just passing through. They're on a tour guide, and they're just taking pictures, passing through. That's all they're doing. They're with the tour guide. They're two ladies that got lost from their Ewok Endor tour guide. But then they get to celebrate Christmas or Life Day too.
Okay.
With Dick Van Dyke and William Shatner. Everyone's 90 years old or older. There you go. I love it. That's what's happening.
Gotcha. So this is after Return of the Jedi, I imagine?
This is after Return of the Jedi. Everything's good. The Empire's been, beaten back. Now they know about Endor. They're going to tour and see all the sites. This is where Vader's body was burned. There
has to be a scene where someone uses that as a mask, like to scare them or something.
And in the background, just to add insult to injury, I'm going to have the tombstones of the 3 Tatwanis.
I was actually going to bring that up.
But Sindel's in it, alive and well.
Sindel's visiting too. We get the actress to come back and portray her character, and she's with Wicket. She says, "Hey, come on in. Yeah, these are my friends. I just dropped by to give them their Life Day presents. Happy Life Day, Wicket. Starts at Clash. You know it." And they hug.
Mm-hmm. Depending
I
when
was
it was filmed, you
And
probably
then,
have to
and then,
recast.
and then he asked Noah. Noah died of diabetes.
Exactly, like real life.
Diabetes. Okay, so there you go.
Should do you think it'd be a good time to tell you that they made a trilogy of holiday specials in the Lego Star Wars?
Hmm.
No.
Were any of them on Endor? That's the question.
No. Well, yes, maybe. And one of them, Rey, is a time traveling through the events of Star Wars, and I think she ends up in there. But
Oh.
my question was going to be, can we have Sindel in it? So you said yes. So it would have to be a sequel to the holiday special, along with what are some of the plot points in like the Ewok adventures that didn't get concluded, I guess. Did the witch ever come out? That was in the Ewoks comic, wasn't it? Did her story get concluded?
She's still alive, I think. She's
She's got to
defeated,
come back.
Yeah.
Because I remember
It's
she
on
appears
Endor for sure.
Yeah. And then let's see. George Lucas makes an appearance as an Ewok. No, I'm not sure.
No, he's part of the tour guide with Bo Reed and Cara Burnett. We'll put George in there. And George's like, meh, I've seen better.
It's just, why are you guys in my backyard? Like, that's the end credit scene.
He's the post-credit scene. He comes in and goes, faster, more intense. Hello? Hello, anyone?
You're like,
are you gone? Oh.
And then it has like the title card in the Avengers movies. George Lucas will return, and that's the announcement that he'll make his trilogy.
George Lucas will return in Holiday Special Part 3. George Lucas, get off my lawn.
Him in his backyard on his porch eating noodles like he is in the mall, you know.
The Witch in Return of the Jedi, is she returned to Endor? What do you mean? Returned to Endor? Oh, yeah. Is now 91.
Perfect. She's the perfect age.
Is she still alive? Hold on. Then she gets in. Hold on. Let me see. What's it called? It's called, it's Battle for Endor.
Return to Endor is your
yeah, that's my little
story.
You haven't seen that.
You gotta have
Tatwani. All right. Let's see.
You gotta have Eric Walker in it. But they
Sion,
kill him off in the beginning. Say he's returned and then kill him off again.
Sian Phillips. She is 91. She's in. She's in. Actually, boom! That's your post-credit scene. A bird taps on the knuckles of the frozen statue of what's his name? Tarak. It crumbles. The ring is there. The bird gets the ring, and then you see the old 91-year-old go, "I'm back." Boom. That's it. Boom. Leave him wanting more. 91-year-old Dathomir Witch Sherrill is back. Holiday Special 3. Blood Moon over Endor.
You skipped 2.
No, this is
3.
Holiday Special Edition 2.
Oh, I got you.
This is the second. But now 3, boom, she comes back. And she goes, "The witch is back."
Somehow the witch has returned.
The witch has returned. There you go. I love this. I love this. Dude, I'm so happy. Dude, she's still alive. I want her autograph.
Think she's making the convention rounds.
How can someone get me her mailing address? I will mail in I totally want her. I totally want.
She's a dame of the Grand Cross of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire.
Whoa.
Oh, Sindel Tatwani's father died in real life too. Yeah, not many people. I think Tarak is still alive, isn't he? Carl Struzen? Yeah, 76 years old. Not old enough to be in the show, but why not? We'll make him a Wookiee.
That was going to be my idea, is just put it on Kashyyyk. You could tell a story of how Kashyyyk was liberated from the Empire, maybe post Return of the Jedi. Have a couple Wookiee families see the interior of their homes, see them growling at each other. I don't know.
I took a look.
Oh no, it would definitely start with 15 minutes of nothing but just Ewok jargon. Hold on, let me back up. You know, Shodo. Oh, weekend. It'd be just like that. Deej and Shodu talking about things. Shodu getting a little frisky around the holidays with Deej getting a little frisky with Shodu. You know, we could come in and Zerto, Feej, you know, or whatnot. And, you know, the whole family, the whole Wicked family. Alex wants us to look at this. So just look at it. Looking.
Who would be the contemporary musical performances? Because they had Jefferson Starship. You have to have a band. There's no bands now. So
good job. Okay, Weezer's my favorite band. Weezer's going to be in Star Wars. Okay, Weezer's going to be in Star Wars. Hold on. Let me think about this. Weird Al has to be in there.
He was in one of the Disney holiday specials.
Was he really?
Yes. They did the Lego Star Wars holiday specials.
Okay. Well, he comes as a Jedi.
Oh, his character from his music.
The music video. Yeah. Yes.
Obi-Wan.
Yes. Yeah. So he comes in. He's going to sing a song. Of course, Dick Van Dyke is singing too. Remember, he's doing his song, and I'm trying to think who's the oldest performer out there.
Elvis returns.
Weezer could be dressed up as aliens. Yes. I'm trying to think.
Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder's old.
Stevie Wonder.
74. That's not that
good. I'm not too picky. Hold on. No. Oh man. Guns N' Roses should be rocking out, but I don't know if you could get them conceivably. What's a fun little band? What's someone that would be fun? My kids love the original Wiggles. So the original Wiggles get to come in. That's the zany one. The original Wiggles are coming back, and they're going to be in it dressed as someone else. Also, my son is a huge Blippi fan. So Blippi and Mika come in just disguised. You know, they come in too. Wiggles and Gungans. The Wiggles and the Gungans. The Wiggles perform because it's showing different. It says, now hear this announcement. Now hear this announcement. And it goes to Gungan City. You know, because they're all watching on indoor what's happening on Gungan City. And that is where the Wiggles are playing for the Gungans who are dancing. I'm almost tempted to have them go back and watch Weird Al perform for the Gungans too. That's where the concerts are happening.
So for the VR scene, we have a character look at a Willie Nelson performance. He is 91, so that would be perfect.
Oh, then Willie Nelson's in it too. Then never mind. He's got anyone 90 gets a pass. They get to come in. Okay, so okay, all right. An older, crankier Grandpa Ewok is going to get a VR. Who is the woman he sees?
Well, I was saying
it's got to be a Zeltron. But who is the special guest dressed up as a Zeltron?
I was going to say you have Willie Nelson be it, but I mean,
well, it's got to be a Zeltron, and it's got to be. I'm going to say it's going to be a female.
Okay. Dolly Parton.
God bless America. That's great.
She's not that old yet, but
It doesn't matter. I love that idea already. The moment you said it. Oh my gosh, this is like the best holiday special ever. Hold on. How she's got to be 80s, right?
I think she's in her
79.
Wow, you don't even have to put any makeup on. Well, you have to put the pink makeup on her. Other than that, she's 79. Yes, good. We'll do it. We'll do it. Good for Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton, welcome to the holiday special. He's seeing Danny the Zeltron, played by Matt Wilkins. Hello! Hello! The Star Wars Holiday Extra Special. That's the holiday special after dark.
Oh.
Brennan, that's what that one is. There you go. There, I would do a cameo, but I would probably. Who would I have to be? I'd have to be in makeup so you couldn't see me. I'd probably be. Oh, you get Jim Henson people to do the Duloc Muppets. Duloc, yeah, Dulocs are in it. The dancing Dulocs.
Well, you have to
Yub
bring
Nub
this-
is definitely in. He's in the background. Yub Nub's in the background. He's like an Easter egg. With the scene with a bunch of Ewoks, he's sitting there with them.
You should play Yub Nub. Like, do the camera angle that they do in Lord of the Rings, where like you look tiny.
Oh,
'cause
put the
you're
top
far back.
on. Yeah, top on, and just do this, and that's how I am. I'm an animated Yub Nub.
I was going to say you should play Teak because you could probably fit in the costume. You wouldn't need to be a small person.
Teak was played by a smaller person.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was.
really? Okay.
Yeah, Teak's
I thought it
small.
was just a puppet.
I mean, Teak is just great. Those movies are just phenomenal. Phenomenal. Dude, I'm loving this holiday special.
I thought whenever you had brought up the question, my thought went instantly to a serious type of movie, and you start off.
Why would
with
you think that? Go
I
ahead.
don't know. It was instantly going to. You start off with the funeral of Chewbacca, and then you do. like, best
Whoa!
It's even darker than the beginning of Battle for Endor.
Yeah,
Whoa.
you just cut to.
Wow! And it's just the birdie body, and then his hand on Mala and goes, "Happy Life Day, Mala." It says Finn, like some student film. Finn. What
Does
about
Does Mala get remarried after Chewbacca dies? That's the question.
Oh,
She.
what a great short story! An old Wookiee, the rival, Chewie's rival from back in the
white
day,
one.
from the Chewie. Yeah, he has changed. He's gotten older, softer, and they decide to be friends. They reconnect. That had been an excellent Star Wars Tales story. Okay, so we're switching
People
gears
would
here.
be
By the
mad.
way, I like Sherelle finding the ring at the very beginning. She's the villain. You know, we need a threat during the holiday special. But at the end, love conquers all, and she just wants to have a Life Day celebration with everyone. And she hooks up with Barbara Eden and Carol Burnett, and they go on. She leaves with the tour bus. Star Tours. She leaves with Star Tours, and they go back to Coruscant. Okay, there you go. Really bad. Barbara Burnett says, "Why don't you just come with us? We'll take you on the Star Tours bus." You went, "Really? And leave? I've always wanted to go home." Wait, what's Coruscant? Oh, I hear they have the best croissants. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, so they go off. All right. No, I hear that. I hear they have the best Zoochberry juice from Timothy Zahn's Zoochberry. Okay.
Wookiee.
And then they
Hot
fly
chocolate.
off. Okay. I hear the hot chocolate's amazing. That's what she's saying. I hear the hot chocolate's amazing on Coruscant, and they take off. That is exactly what she's saying as they're flying off. Okay. So, and then the teaser is still George going, "Hello? Huh? No. It's gonna be 3,999,999,999,999 4 billion. That's it. Boom.
Oh man.
He's counting out that cash, baby. Okay, so Star Wars. Actually, Scott, I love that idea. The old rival of Chewbacca comes back, and he and Mala form a bond post-mortem. Chewie. I don't know if she leaves with him, but they become friends again. He's mellowed out since his younger days.
And just to go back to the George Lucas real quick,
Please.
he's counting the money from Trandoshan slavers, just like he said in the interview. Just saying.
Albino.
Right.
Yeah, the white.
There you go.
So there you go. That's exactly what he's doing. Yeah, baby. I love it. Okay, so a Star Wars Tales, the comic book that sucked exceedingly over the years. What's a short comic book tale you would I'd go the route as Nathan P. Butler did, and I would tell another aspect of New Jedi Order, but this time from who married Tyone? Cam Salier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them trying to hide the kid, because they're hiding the kids from they take the children. So maybe they encounter a scout ship, and they don't want to be detected. Maybe they are, and they have to kill just a little short story where they save the kids from being detected or being captured by Vong. Give some Jedi that we know, but we didn't hear much about them afterwards. Give them some type of story. That'd be my short story. Any Star Wars Tales comic book short story.
How many pages is that for that short story? The short one.
I mean, Scott, they ran about what 10, 12 pages?
Yeah,
maybe
10,
8 to 10. Yeah. It's just a small tale, But enough to, something small. But I want Cam, and I want a Cam story, someone we don't get to see much of, because he did Nathan P. Butler did what's his name? Kyle Katarn story, which is great. I love to see Kyle Katarn during the New Jedi Order.
That was good. Probably one of the best ones.
It was. I told him that. He said he got asked. Oh, go ahead.
There's two different angles you could approach with this. One is to tie up the loose ends that you would want tied up, or you could take the approach of doing something creative, like making a new story that you didn't know about. Like take New Jedi Order from a different angle. There's tons of stories you could do with the Hutts and the Peace Brigade and all this stuff. Other Jedi that you weren't aware of. It would depend on your preference, I think. That would be
okay. You could if I'm going to wrap up something. Are you ready? It's going to be odd. I'm going to wrap up the science adventures. Star Wars science adventures. 3PO and R2 crash. They make it out and they escape, and everyone's happy. But we finally put an ending to Jude Watson's failed and unknown science adventures. There's a short tale.
I would want Luke Skywalker to finally face off against Kyrkanos. I don't know when that would be, because they made Crimson Empire 3 and they didn't have that happen, unfortunately. But that's alluded to. You would think that would have occurred at some point on Yinchor, I think.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that one.
The timing placement, I'm not sure about. I need to consult a continuity expert on
No,
that.
you're right. I love that. It never happened, but I'd love to.
Do it during New Jedi Order.
Okay, Brady.
Well, I was just saying the timeline for the Kyrkanos versus Luke. Would have to be around then. But my go-to.
While you're thinking, another one, if we're wrapping up, storyline, because I like that idea, it would have to be really quick. And I know how it would end. It wouldn't end nicely. But Force Unleashed 3, Vader escapes and kills him. Tells him he was a clone the whole time. We just end it.
Right, because Ram Koda doesn't die. He shows up in like the classic trilogy, right? So does he have a death at all in one of the games? Or does he just survive indefinitely?
He shows up in one of the Battlefront games. It was supposed to be for Battlefront 3, but then it got moved to the PlayStation Portable. I think it was Elite Squad. And there were 2 clones that were clones of Jedi, and he ends up recruiting or like working with one of those, and that was after the original trilogy.
So you couldn't kill him right after Force Unleashed 2. You'd have to leave him alive for that.
Right. Yeah. But he wasn't even on the Rogue Shadow, so.
Okay, I thought he was at the ending scene with the girl.
He was at the. Oh, maybe he was. We just have him like floating off into space. He's like, grabs a suit, puts the thing on, just floats away. It'd be nice to have a. I know it got concluded, but it would be nice to have Zane Carrick and what's his name? His friend, the henchman. Just another adventure with them and KOTOR. Griff, yeah.
Another adventure? I'd go
Just
for that.
another one.
That's a good idea. I like that.
It's funny. Make it funny. Like,
yeah.
That's the thing I like about Tales is, well, I enjoy the comical aspects of it.
Yeah, I would also like, hold on. I would also like, let me think of his name now. I can't think of his name. Bomo and
Greenback.
what's is that the guy's name?
Dark Times. Dark Times.
Yeah, Dark Times, but it's Josh Janir and Bomo. I would love to have them have a little adventure with the droid. And I can't think of the droid's name right now. You know, the little funny droid he kept around with him. I can't remember, but that droid, that's one of my favorite droids too, and I cannot think of it. Does anyone remember the little droids, the flying droid's name?
Can't remember.
H2?
Was it H2? Maybe. Either way, though, I'd like another one. That's a good one, Brady. I like that one. So that's revisiting characters.
Yeah.
Scott, is there a revisited character you'd like to see? Somebody wants another story.
I'd like another Kyle Katarn story.
All right, what's it about?
Probably how he gets on the Jedi Council, because he's on the Jedi Council in The Legacy of the Force, right?
Okay. We're making Star Wars Tales great again here, folks. Let's see. What else? What's another one I'd like to see of a comic, or no, just a continuation of characters? I would love to hear a Blue Max and Bullocks short story about where they've been, what they've been up to. There's one. I love those droids. Really good.
It'd be nice to get another Droids and Ewoks crossover. So I enjoyed that one.
Oh, 100% I want Ewoks. Get out of here. 100%.
Could you have an Ewok story with an aged Wicket and an aged Kneesaa, where they act kind of like little children in the story? But could you have adult Ewoks in like a more mature story?
Or they have their kids, and it's Halloween, like it is in the annual, and their kids are dressed up as a Dulak, a Gorax on stilts. There you go. You know, maybe someone still has an old stormtrooper helmet.
I was thinking they could have a costume of like an ATST. That would be cool.
Oh, one's dressed up as Ahsoka.
Of course.
I was going to bring up an Ahsoka, Death of Ahsoka comic. Just get it over with.
That's the obvious
one. You know mine. She trips over a Hoojib. She falls into a hole. She breaks her neck on the fall. And then a Dulak comes down and thinks, we find out the hole is actually a Dulak latrine. As the Dulak does his business and goes off. The end.
So terrible.
Darth Vader could just go, hey, I remember calling you Snips, and snips her neck.
Yeah. Oh, I want a Callista meets Abeloth.
Oh, yeah, that would be good.
The desperation of her. There's someone whispering in her, and then we see that shadow is Abeloth just like grinning with her hands out everywhere and just like
Possesses
giving
her.
up. Yeah, that's the
Her
possession.
final memory is her
Yeah.
time with Luke, and then
Well, she's cried. It's a final tear that she gives up all hope. Yeah, and you can call it darkness at my door. There you go. Oh, so sad. There you go. This is good. Any other tales? Look at this. We made an excellent holiday special. We filled up at least 2 comic books worth of tales that would just fly off the shelves. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else I would want to wrap up? But you have to wrap it up really quick. So it had to be something that was easily. It'd be Platt what's her name from
Platt O'Keefe.
Platt O'Keefe talking about, hey, space, blah, blah, blah. Have you seen these old Clone Wars documentaries? And it's the Days of Clone Wars. Did you know, fun fact, these are all fake. Blah, blah, blah. There you go. Come on, Platt. Tell me. Okay, spacers, until next time. Platt O'Keefe would also
cool.
Actually, Barbara Eden would play an old Platt O'Keefe in my holiday special. I've changed retconning that.
There you go. That could work, actually. There's any number of possibilities where you could take characters from one era and have a story in a different era. I'm thinking Asherard Het. I mean, we've seen that in the Legacy comics, the flashbacks and that. But like Crook, he shows. We know he's alive through several different eras, but you could just do a story in the New Republic era. Is he a teacher at the Jedi Academy, like Vima Deboda, shows up in Crimson Empire 3? It's like,
man, these are great ideas.
I'd like to see something with Kim Palpatine. Maybe it could be the divorce of Princess Leia, and it's where the wedding gets broken off. At the end of Jedi Prince, to make it flow.
Oh, how about this assassination tip? It calls it the way, but they called it off because Ken dies during the he helps stop stops the assassination or the Empire, but then they call off the whole wedding and maybe another time because right now they're not feeling it, and so that's why there's no Ken Palpatine.
I think there was a theory or something that Ken Palpatine was one of the Inquisitors or Dark Jedi that was in Dark Empire, or like a fan theory or something.
It was someone. I remember hearing that too, but I don't think it was the case. They never officially made it, but I wish they would have. Right. I wish they would have connected it somehow.
Yeah, because I mean, you have Palpatine's kid.
I remember the very first reference I got was like a Dark Empire source book that talked about, or compendium or whatever, that talked about Jabba's father, Zorba. And I was like,
yeah,
it did exist. And then, of course, the Galaxy of Fear has Lando looking at Hologram Fun World, thinking about buying it. Right. So there's very few. And then, of course, the Prophets of the Dark Side are mentioned in West End Games. A lot. The characters are. And I think that's it.
Shadows of Minor.
Did they reference?
Were they in that?
I don't think Shadows of Minor references the Marvel comic books.
It references he has different names, so it's Black Hole.
Yes.
Cornel, one of his other name.
It's him still. Yes, you're correct.
Chronal, I think.
Chronal, yeah.
Chronal, yeah. I'd forgotten they even ended that story in Tales. That was so random. And the thing is, when I was reading Tales, I was brushing through it because I was kind of sick of it. And I didn't catch the reference the first time, I don't think. And I was like, oh, they ended that. Okay. Because usually Tales was not that witty.
They were meant to be funny. There were a lot of episodes that were just meant to be funny, a little short.
It might have been from Tales, but there was a story of, I think, one of the Dark Horse editors or writers, and like he went to Lucasfilm to pitch George Lucas an idea, and it was around the time of the special editions. But he gets sucked into the Star Wars movies, and his other like author friend gets sucked in too, and they have their whole Star Wars experience or whatever.
Yeah, Brady, you were telling me about that yesterday, and I forget where that was from, because each Tell story actually had that intro where it was the editors in a funny situation. One had Triclops or whatever, and he was like insane. He was like tied up as a insane patient or something. But I forget where that was from. Where
this was like a whole comic book.
Yeah, it wasn't Tag and Bink.
No.
But I forget where that was from. It must have been in one of those Tales issues. Do you remember that, Matt? Where they were sucked into the prequel?
Oh yeah. No, that was in Tales, wasn't it?
I think
was
so.
It wasn't a Tag and Bink special, was it?
It wasn't Tag and Bink.
You know, they attached those Tad and Bink to Wild Space 2. That they attached all those Tag and Bink adventures, and I didn't care for Wild Space 2 was such a disappointment because besides the Pod Racer Tales web strips that were in there, there was really nothing for me special. Wild Space 1 Omnibus was excellent. I mean, it checked off so many things I never thought I'd get. And I was so excited when Wild Space 2 came out. I bought it without even looking at it and was like, oh, is this all? I mean, you know, but I thought they could have gotten good. I thought they
put all the big hits in the first one, so there wasn't as much left.
But the hyperspace comics could have gone in there. There's some stuff they could have filled up in there for sure.
Evasive action,
yeah. So little things like that. That would have been really nice. But they were just trying to do those hard to get one-offs or little stupid things. I was like, who cares about the But they did put the the Applejacks was in the first one, wasn't it?
Which one? So there's an Applejacks Rogue Squadron one, and then there's an Applejacks. Was it Droids?
Was it the Applejacks Droids in there?
I think it may have been one of the Applejacks. The Rogue Squadron one was in the Rogue Squadron Omnibus.
Yes, but the Droids one was in the original Wild Space, wasn't it?
It was either in that or Droids. I don't know.
Maybe so. But there you go. There you have it. All right. Well, I think my kids are back in, so I'm going to go tell them good night. But guys, thanks so much for joining.
Yeah. Sure,
a lot of fun. It turned out to be fun. Remember, folks, Fine Edition is quoted as saying, I love Power of Rings or Rings of Power. Just to let you throw that in there. So next time, when he gets on the stream, you need to cancel him. Or whatever.
And check out Comlink Chatter podcast on Brady.
Oh, definitely check it out. Yeah, because he and Scott have been having really some excellent. I texted both of you. I think I told you, but I texted Scott and I said that was a really good conversation. So I've really been enjoying their chat. So definitely listen to them. Check them out. Fine Editions, and you can catch Scott on there a lot. They're a great tag team. They do a lot of good stuff, good discussions. They don't make up silly things like Holiday Special 2, and even though the Tales thing, this has been a fun one.
It's a good idea, though.
It is a great idea.
We one time on Comlink Chatter podcast, we photoshopped the Bass Pro Pyramid in Memphis into Coruscant. So we're not too different.
Digging a little bit of a hole there. Anyway, okay, that's great. Hey, folks, we'll see you later.